Hey there, this is Frank. Let's have a talk. Today, I want to talk about a question that I've been asked since I started actually getting attention as a writer. And that is, where do you get your ideas for your stories? And I would always say, where don't you get your ideas for stories? They're all around you. It's your life. It's your friend's life. It's everything that happens to you. But you're not paying attention. And I'm not talking now about just being a filmmaker. I'm talking about an idea of how you can live your life a little bit more exciting, and you can take any trauma, any bad thing that happens to you and turn it around into something, what's next? And what that means is, as a writer, as filmmakers, as people that tell stories, even actors, we see things a little differently in our life. We pull from everything we find and we put it in a little box of how we can use that in a story. But it goes beyond that. And I'll tell you a story back, this was like 20 years ago, 18 years ago. And I had a company, a special effects company, but we used film stock back then. We didn't have digital cameras. And I would do animation, all these layers and this stuff for TV stations and all. And I would have to get it to the processing lab, which was 150 miles away in Orlando, and I was in Clearwater. So I would rush that thing across the Howard Franklin Bridge into Tampa, about 20 miles away, and had to get it on a Piedmont airline cargo plane going to Orlando. And they always left right around 12:15, 12:20. And I would always be late. I would always be getting right down to the line. And I'd be going across that bridge and I'd start seeing myself carrying a very valuable load to a place that had to have it to save a life or whatever it is. I was the hero in my story. I would look up into the heavens or whatever and I said, "You're not going to beat me. You're testing me. I will make it." And I made it every single time for almost 2 years. Even a couple of times, Piedmont Airlines was actually late getting off the ground. And one of the guys that knew me says, "You're so lucky tonight." And that's how I started feeling. I started feeling lucky. When bad things would happen, when I didn't get what I needed, I'd say, "What's around the corner?" Because I wasn't supposed to have this. And sure enough, right around the corner was something even better. When you start thinking that way, and it's just a reframe of your mind, if you reframe your mind as you're the hero and your own story. See yourself in a film. I'll tell you another story. This is a Speed story. Remember the movie Speed where the bus couldn't go over 55 miles an hour? Well, I had a cracked implant. I got to tell you this, hold on. Just 1 second, because I dropped this. Oh shit. Go back. Go back down, thank you. Jeez. This is not good to be doing things while I'm working. Now this damn thing when I park my car. Anyway, what happened to me is I had a cracked implant. And it was so painful that I felt like that if I didn't put ice on it, really cold water or ice, I would pass out. But it was on a Friday. And they had to pull this tooth. And I got one dentist to even answer the phone right around 6 o'clock on a Friday night. And I'm in terrible pain, right? No one's going to help me. But this is like 28 miles away, completely place I don't even know. I've never been there. So I fill up a big water bottle, a gym bottle with ice all the way to the top. And I start driving and I put one of them on my tooth and I put another one and another one. And I don't know if I'm going to make it because now the ice is getting smaller and smaller and I'm trying to find it. I'm going down side streets and everything, alleyways, and I finally find this dentist. And I rush in there, they're waiting for me. And I said, "Listen, can you help me? Can you help me?" And they go, "Oh, that's an implant. You need oral surgery. We can't pull those." But, no buts. "Do you have ice?" "We have cold water." "No, I mean ice." They go, "We don't have any ice." I rush out the back door because I have nothing left now. And it's in a dirty alley, where it's like a strip mall, where everybody's got little doors going into their stores. And I see a guy and he's Chinese and he's wearing all white and everything. And I'm going, hey, you have ice?" He doesn't speak English. So I rush up to him and I'm pointing at my tooth and I'm going, "Fill. And he finally gets it, goes and gets me ice. I make it all the way home. All the way home, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to make it. But then what? Then what? What am I going to do then? When I put ice on my mouth for 3 days until Monday? No. So what I did was I started calling, and I lived in Santa Monica, right near the beach back in the day, back when I had a good life. And I found one oral surgeon that would talk to me. And that's a whole other problem. I went in there, he Novocained it up, and he said, 6 in the morning, come in here, we'll pull it. Boy, was that a mistake to use that guy. But I was out of pain. And the whole time I did it, even when I got home, I said, how am I going to get through this weekend? And I found a way. And I saw myself getting out of this. And I did get out of it. So I'm saying is that luck is created when you start to believe that things will go right. It's not something that you just have. It's something that you have to truly believe in. And I started truly believing it. And my life was great. I mean, I lived on the beach, I made good money, and I always felt like things were going to work out. And they did. Until one day. Actually, it was like over 2 days, 3, 4 bad things happened in a row. First 2, I brushed them off like always. Third one, I'm going, oh my God. Fourth one, I'm down. And I lost it. I lost that feeling that I was lucky. I pretended I was, oh, I'm lucky, and all, it didn't work. I lost seeing myself in a film again. I wasn't there anymore. I couldn't see it. I couldn't picture myself. But over the years, I finally got it back. And only in like the last 5 years since I started making movies on my own, doing it my way, where I really enjoy the creation process, am I starting to see it come back. Now I'm actually seeing myself in a film. And you are always the hero in your own story when you're writing. But even in real life, you got to understand, every scene in your life is a moment. Your whole life is the film. And in movies, we have a plot point at the beginning, about 30 pages in, a midpoint around 60, and then your final plot point, and you're rushing to the end. Well, all of that life is made up of little scenes that in movies, you love waiting to see those little scenes. I call them mini movies. And a good movie, a movie that you can always watch, has a bunch of mini movies. That's your life. So when you feel really depressed, when you just don't feel like everything's going your way, I would ask you to try this. I don't know who your favorite actor or actress is. Could be Ryan Gosling, could be anybody. Just picture yourself, oh, my car's broke down. There's your plot point. How am I going to get out of here? I don't know anyone here. What would he do? What would the movie do? Where would it go from that point on? And see yourself in that point. Be that hero. Get out of that jam. I'm telling you, if you believe you're going to get to the end of a heroic journey, every one of those times when you feel terrible, you can work through it and you can win. And I learned the hard way by doubting myself after a while and thinking it was silly. I told someone else that and they go, that's silly. Who would live their life like they're in a movie? I'd say try it. Just what I say. Try it.